But when voices are being raised to strengthen institutions, let us all take it in the spirit in which we have to take it. It is in the interest of this country that we are speaking. I'm sure she can say, I can say, any one of us can say that we have to tighten up a lot of things. Whether it is the sale of these dangerous goods, whether it is that one particular CC camera which has not been there. The terrorist is not going to say, oh, well, 28 gates have been with camera, that one gate has not been fixed, let us let go the High Court. They're not going to do that. So I think it is high time we look at this country as a country in which terrorists are not going to have a joyride. I'm not at the moment immediately, let me add, because the debate is always politicized once the BJP speaks. Let us make sure that this country is not going to be treated lightly. It is not to say that the Congress is making the country treated lightly, but I think we need to understand that our institutions have been completely, in some areas, become deadwood, in some areas are not delivering. We have to tighten up all of them. We cannot afford to have such things and only statements being given as a palliative to the
It's
victims.
not about intent, it's about action.
Absolutely.
Nirmala, I must thank you at this stage. Renuka Chaudhary, do stay on. But Renuka Chaudhary, I must say this, that in the earlier response to the point that you made, and that in the case of the 2000 Delhi blast investigations, you say about CCTV. CCTVs won't stop it. But there is a full record, CCTV record, that was used to follow up that particular case. There is a strong argument for having this basic security infrastructure. But before I get in, Ravi Shankar Prasad, welcome. Renuka Chaudhary, you are responding, yes?
1 minute, let me just tell you, at which point did we say that you shouldn't have CCTVs? At which point have I said that?
No, you said that if there was
when
CCTV,
you were giving a sweeping remark saying that there were nothing in the High Court, I pointed out to you that there were. This particular gate did not have it. That is all that I said, which is a statement of fact. You can have CCTVs, you can have snooper things, you can have satellite imagery. We should violate all the private rights. I agree. Do it. We should take away the private rights of a citizen. In the face of terror, we should unite. There is no compromise on that.
Ms. Chaudhary, I am only repeating what was a ground level promise after 26/11. It was a promise to the people of this country. Ravi Shankar Prasad joins our debate today. Renuka Chaudhary is there. Mr. Prasad, we saw political solidarity in Parliament, which is welcome. And as I preface this today, and I will preamble it again, there's no intention of having a political fight on an issue of terror. This channel has always avoided it. However, the tough questions will need to be asked. What was the security at Delhi High Court? Who is responsible from the Delhi police? Why is the security setup that was promised after 26/11 not in place? These are some of the questions that are being flagged here today. Is it possible to have a bipartisan approach, Mr. Prasad, towards doing this, implementing it?
Let me say two things at the very outset. Apart from the general sense of pain the country is having on this blast right in the heart of the capital, I have also a sense of personal pain and distress. I do appear in Delhi High Court as a senior counsel. Many of our people, the clients, have suffered there. High Court was attacked even if at the gate. It is a very unfortunate scene. I condemn it outright. Secondly, I say as the principal spokesperson and the general secretary of the BJP, today, if the country has to speak in one voice, let me appeal to the government and the Congress party. Take tough action, show the willpower, and we will be standing side by side with you. Because what the country needs today is action. We have been mourning, we have been analyzing, we have been dissecting after every terrorist strike, too much of these things. Maybe now the time has come for prevention, for action, and giving a stern message to the terrorists and their patrons that your deeds would not go unpunished. This I would like to say very clearly and categorically, with a repetition to my friend from the Congress and their party, that we will stand by them fully, hand in hand, show the courage, the willpower. The country would also like to support you. Yes, you are right. There are questions to be asked. Certainly today is not that occasion to ask that questions. But two things I would like to flag, since you have raised that question in your channel, that needs to be, how far we are in a position to cripple the strike capability of the terrorists and their patrons. One security analyst rightly pointed out on one of the channels where I was there, and I really appreciate that, that in Punjab, you gave the security forces a free hand. There was a Pakistan angle there as well. But yet, Khalistanis were crushed and brought to book. And we secured Punjab and also many other parts. Now, why is it that we are not able to show the same kind of firmness?
Yeah.
After all, we have been some of the finest intelligence officers, or no? You know that, you have been watching them over the years. They have developed in the country from the finest intelligence setup. But are we subjecting our intelligence officers to too much of non-intelligence work? And just to give one very concrete example, again, not in terms of bipartisan politics, but those security forces have shared that with me and asked me to raise that point in the parliament. If in Batala House encounter, Mohan Sharma would not have been killed, he would not have been given the Ashok Chakra, all the security forces would have been suffering prosecution till now. Do we need to stand with our security forces when we seek to secure India? That's very important.
Renuka Chaudhary, the question that has been raised, and I would like you to elaborately reply to this, has been that, is there a strong political will? It's been raised through the day today. Is there an absence of political will to take this head on? That's the moot point, that's the starting point.
Arnav, what a ridiculous question to ask a sitting government. That we will not have political will to solve a terror issue? Do you think we are concerned about saving the government more than saving the country? I think the question is trite and it is irrelevant to this situation, and it's quite a ridiculous question to ask. Why will there be no political will to save your people? You think we are not vulnerable to terror? You're telling us as a party who have lost our highest leaders to terror attacks. We've lost the Prime Minister of this country. So I don't think you should question the fundamentals. If we are united on this front, that we need to go forward and fight terror collectively as a nation. Yes, if you have seen lapses, if you feel that the speed is not good enough, if you feel there are not adequate budgets, we will look into that. The fundamental principle of us is that we need to protect our people, our nation. We are first amongst the equals, and we will remain like that on all other fronts. And that should be accepted. I thank Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad for giving his elaborate dialogue, what he said. It's true that we have to work collectively and fight together, as we did support the BJP government when Parliament was under attack. There were mistakes made. We are not in a blame game. It doesn't matter. Today we stand as one. India stands as one. And we will get to the bottom of this.
Ms. Chaudhary,
and we will fight back. And it is on that note I'll have to leave now. Thank you.
Well, Ms. Chaudhary, I began by saying this. Okay. If you are listening, Ms. Chaudhary. Okay. We'll come back to Renuka Chaudhary in a while later. You know, we are seeing strong reactions. I prefaced this by saying here today that there is absolutely no need to politicize the issue. But the question of political will, however, you know, is going to be raised. Because when you have multiple agencies in play, if there is no effective action on the information taken, either you've not changed the security apparatus in the way you should after 26/11. That's the backdrop of it. There's a promise to change it within weeks and months.
See,
Dr. Kumar.
I know that two parallel things happening. One is the absence of political will to have an independent, competent police. It's not in the political class interest. It's not in the interest of the bureaucracy to a large extent to have an independent. So that's the fundamental issue here. That we have always given lip service to the basic police reforms. You need, and that's why we repeatedly pay the price. Neither is the police independent, neither is it competent. And it serves the political masters. So the issue here is fundamental issues. If you want to bring about a change, then you need to basically bring about a change in police reforms. And it's been going on for 50, 60 years.
I think at the root point, I mean, I got that onslaught for articulating that question back, the point that Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad made. Yet, however, I have said we made a promise today not to get provoked, not to get into a needless debate. However, you know, the fact is that we don't want to politicize this whole matter, but at some point, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, there has to be a national debate on terror. You had a full day debate on Lokpal. There probably needs to be a serious 2, 3, 4, 5 day debate if required, with laws being passed on the side, specialized groups being created to create a national policy on terror. Mr. Prasad, then you have a complete political consensus and then you go full on.
Arnav, I totally agree with you, but this debate is not that important as is action important. I'm sorry, my good friend Renuka completely misunderstood my point of political will. By political will, I was not blaming that her party lacks the political will. What I'm trying to highlight is, take effective action. The country wants action. I am not going to join any debate with her. I had already made my point. Therefore, what the country needs today is not debate, not dissection. Yes, one thing I would like to say today, very clearly and categorically, to all those political friends of ours who are keen to get resolutions passed in their respective Vidhan Sabha, to secure some kind of shelter for those who have been convicted by the apex court and given capital punishment, and whose application for pardon has been rejected by Honorable the President as well, they need to understand that the identity and sovereignty of India is more important than political divide. Yes, that has to be stated today. Now, Arnav, 2, 3 quick points. Where is the counter-terrorism strategy promised in the wake of Mumbai 26/11 attack? Where is the national intelligence grid? Today, Mr. Chidambaram told the Parliament that intelligence was passed on to Delhi Police. Delhi Police is under the Government of India. Why there is lack of coordination? Why there is no filtration? Why there is so much of ego battle? The infrastructure to contain terror is equally important along with the political will, and lastly, to stand by your security forces who sacrifice their life to secure India. We have debated ad nauseum. You need a tough law, you need the infrastructure, you need to trust your security forces. I think these are important issues. Maybe today is not the occasion for that, but some point in time you have to ask this question. And lastly, take the case of 2010-11. You had German bakery, you had Jama Masjid blast, you had the IPL blast in Bangalore Stadium, you had the Delhi High Court blast earlier 3-4 months ago, you have today's Delhi High Court blast. Now the point is, were you able to crack down any of these cases? If not, why not? What about the sleeping cells working in the entire country? These are important issues. They have to be answered. Action has to be taken.
I think the points.
Mr. Chidambaram said in Mumbai in the last blast. Or now,
extremely detailed debate on these issues.
Yes, I am telling you. After all, many things you cannot discuss openly in the Parliament, nor on TV channels. But all those who are in the know of security requirements, you talk to all the strategic experts, they know that they have to fight terror with one of their hands tied in the back. I'm sorry for making this comment today, but it has to be stated. Give them the freedom, the autonomy, the trust that will stand by you, and I'm sure they will deliver as they have delivered in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. These are not nameless, faceless Indians, Mr. Prasad. In fact, before I go into a break, I'd like to repeat once again what I said earlier about the anger that was there at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. That news report, I want to play it out once again. Because at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital today, we saw this bizarre situation where the patients' families, the victims' families waited outside, not being able to go in. But you had politician after politician just striding in, brushing past everyone.